Yeah, good evening to you both. It is quite busy out here. Thousands of people out here at Union Park right now. I'm just going to step right out of the way. This is what you want to see. You don't want to see me. You want to see everything going on behind us. We have a lot of signs, a lot of people here. The big message that many people are chanting is an end of U.S. aid to Israel. However, we do see signs that people are holding for other causes as well. Of course, with it being the last night of the DNC, a lot of people want their voices heard. A lot of people want their messages heard. This is the same group, the Coalition to March on the DNC, that organized a protest that brought in thousands in March on Monday. What the police said when they were speaking this morning, was that the organizers of the protests that they have seen here at Union Park have worked well with them. And despite some minor issues here and there haven't been any major issues. This is different than what we saw on Tuesday night when we saw those protests unfold in front of the Israeli consulate, where people disobeyed those dispersal orders, where police had to ultimately make arrests of protesters and independent journalists that were over there. Right now, what you're seeing is a rally underway. They are expected to march after. Really, things have been, for the most part, just a lot of people chanting their messages and the things that they want to be heard. We did have some counter protesters here, agitators, if you will, who essentially told me they did show up to disrupt this and to get in the way of this message being shared of the pro-Palestinian message that they're trying to share. We also saw Vivek Ramaswamy, the former GOP presidential candidate, who was showing up here, and he showed up. It's not exactly clear why. He was pushed out by people who were chanting messages, and they essentially drove him into the street, surrounded by a mob of people, press, and just a lot of people, a lot of things going on here. But right now, again, you're seeing this rally. We heard from some people before this who spoke about why they're here and the message. We'll listen in on that.
And it has been a year of struggle to make this demonstration of unity, people power, and strength a reality.
Now we have a lot of police officers on scene here as well, really mostly on the perimeter. They've been kind of keeping their distance. When the incident with Ramaswamy happened, they said that this is the issue right now. They were saying that as he was being rushed down the street. This is the issue right now. You're getting in the way of traffic. Get on the sidewalk. It didn't seem they had an issue with him being here, of course, but just all of that spilling into the street because they are trying to keep traffic flowing around Union Park right now, as all of this is very busy going on at the very moment. Again, this will step off at about 6:30, and this march will go down to the park where they have been protesting throughout the week on that shortened route. We do expect a heavy police presence to be lining up as they are making their way there. We'll send it back to you guys for now, live from Union Park. Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.